everybody. It's Kathy Ondas with Simply Cards by Kathy, and I'm excited to be here with you today to do some crafting and make some really cute cards. It is Monday, the 16th of May, 2022. I hope you had a fun weekend and you found some time to be able to do some hobbies or things that you enjoy, whether it was being with family or making cards or anything else that you enjoy doing. Today, I am going to work with a stamp set and show you how to make some really quick and easy masculine cards. Masculine cards are one of the things that tend to be a challenge. And I think sometimes for many of us, we have a lot of beautiful floral and kind of fluffy stamp sets, but I also think Stampin' Up's done a great job giving us some stamp sets to use to make some masculine cards, whether it's for birthday, retirement, Father's Day is coming up. So one of the stamp sets that I think is really versatile to use is the Let's Set Sail. So today I'm going to show you, we're going to make two cards using the Let's Set Sail stamp set. That is a mouthful. And the punch. And then we're going to pair it up with the New Horizons Designer Series paper and for some really quick and easy cards. So I'm going to move these off to the side for a minute, and I'm going to bring in the catalog just so you can see where it is that this stamp set is. The Let's Set Sail is on page 80 of the annual catalog. Now, it actually came out with the January to June 2022 catalog, but it is carrying over, and I'm so glad that it is. So it does come as a stamp set and as a bundle with the punch. So let me move that off to the side. And I'm going to bring in the mini catalog to show you the paper that we're going to use. And this is on the or New Horizons paper. And it comes in 6x6 sheets, and you get 12 different designs that are sided, and you get 4 of each. So this is a 48-piece pack of paper. And you can see the beautiful designs. And I'm going to bring in a few just to show you, because we're going to be working with this for our cards today. So a lot of watercolor designs, but designs that you can, looks like water and land and some trees in the background. Just really beautiful. This is one of my favorite with the hills and the flowers, and it looks like the mist. Again, a watercolor with mist. And then you have some that are just monochromatic with white. This is a pretty one, and this may be one that we're going to use today. I can't remember. I know this is definitely one we're using. So beautiful, beautiful papers. And if you turn them over, you have very similar watercolor look. So we are going to use these as the focus for our background for our cards. And we're going to put these off to the side, and we're going to get started. So we're going to be doing two cards. And one, I'm going to bring in my papers that I've cut. And please don't worry about remembering the sizes, because all of this is going to be right down below the video, about an hour after the video. And you're going to be able to see supplies and sizes. And then the video shows the instructions for making the cards. So let's bring in what we need, including our stamp set. You can see this is a photopolymer stamp set, and I've used it a lot. And because it's photopolymer, it picks up the pigment from reds and purples and blues. Now it stains, but these stamps are clean. And it does not affect the quality of your stamped image. So don't think because the stamps are stained, you aren't going to get a good image. I promise you, you will. So let's start off, and we're going to start with a piece of basic white thick. And this is 5.5 by 8.5 for scored at 4.25. And I'm just going to go ahead and fold this and burnish it. I have been stamping 2 days nonstop and had a class this afternoon. So you can see I'm have quite a bit of pigment on myself. So the next piece with this is we are going to use, I've used Night and Navy in I believe all the cards because that really picked up well with the new Horizons paper. So this is layered, and this is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then this is 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to layer this on with some glue and get this layer down. Oops. Let's see here. Always when you don't want it to act up, it does, huh? So we're going to go ahead and just adhere this to the base of the card. And just I just wanted a very slight edge. And I like using the glue because if I need to slide the card or move it a little bit, it's very easy to do using the multi-purpose glue. I'm going to go with that. And then this is going to be our next piece. And I'm going to adhere this to the front also. And then we pretty much have our card base and we can start our stamping. So again, just a small edge around the base of the card. We're going to set this over to the side for now. Now we're going to do our stamping, and as we do that, we're going to use 3 different stamps. We have 2 sails and the boat, I'm going to call it. So you want to be mindful when you're going to stamp, because remember, you have to fit your paper and be able to cut out the image here. So in other words, I don't want to stamp this up and down or side and a diagonal and not be able to fit it in here. So let's go ahead and stamp this, and I'm just going to turn this over and pick it up. And we're going to be using smoky slate for this. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this up and let's open it. I have more ink on my hands than I think I do on the stamps. So I'm going to use, I have all little scrap papers here. I save my scraps and I keep them in a bag. So because this is photopolymer, I'm going to bring in my piercing mat so that I get a good image. And I'm just going to stamp down and bring it up. And then for my sails, I want to, again, being mindful of where I'm going to, how I'm going to have to cut this. Again, I'm going to need to cut this way, so I'm going to place my stamp on like that. And with my sails for this one, I decided to go with the Night and Navy. So we're going to go ahead and stamp this and ink it up good. There we go. And then we're going to do this sail. And you can see I'm going to stamp it in the same direction that it's going in. Let me grab another piece of scrap paper here. Here it is. And we're going to ink up this one. Okay, I think we're good. So let's move this out of the way and close this up. And we're going to go ahead and open up our punch, and we're going to punch these out. So you're going to slide in here until you get to where your sail is in the punch. And one of the things I do is I kind of line it up and I kind of close down on it once I get it where it is, just a little bit, and then punch. And you do have some waste, but I have so many scraps that I'm not really concerned about it, because I do keep little pieces like that for this purpose. So with this one, I'm just going to turn the punch around and go ahead and line this up. Punch this. And then we're going to do our last sail. Now this is a smaller piece of paper, so I'm going to show you what I do if I have trouble getting it in here. I use my pick tool with the putty end, and I just kind of slide it into place so that I can grab it at this end. And what you see here, I'm going to show you, is that this is too wide to fit up against the wall here. So I'm just going to trim this off a little bit with my scissors. And then we're going to go back in. And that's perfect. So I'm going to go back, get it in there for a good image. All right, we're going to put our punch off to the side, and we have all of the pieces that we need to put our card together. So let's move this out of the way, and we're going to bring our card back in. Now, I took a piece of the New Horizons Designer Series paper, and I wanted kind of like a sunset in the background with the boat in it. So to get my circle, I actually use the new dies called Stylish Shapes. And I'm going to bring those in here for you. These are one of my favorite die sets that came out with the new catalog. I love them because they almost look stitched. And you have squares, you have circles, and I love the banners for greetings. So I used for this the largest square, and I just cut a largest circle, sorry about that, and just cut it out to act as our background. So with this, we're going to go ahead and glue this on here to the center. And I want the yellow to look like a sunset, so I'm going to leave that up at the top. It's over here. And we're just going to add some glue. Okay. So now we're going to assemble our boat. So the boat I'm going to glue down. And I should be using my silicone mat here. And we're just going to put that right here in the center. Now the sails I want to set up so that they are popped up a little bit. So I am going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm going to bring those in here. And we're going to add them for some dimension. So let's pop these on here. We'll put one here. And then I'm going to use some minis. And I'm going to put one right here and pop one down at the corner. And I'm going to bring this right up here and bring this in a little bit. And the Stampin' Dimensional, I'm just going to tuck it in a little bit more, and we're going to put it down here. So there's one sail. And now we're going to pop this up with another. And I'm going to use the minis on this one. Now, I think this is a really versatile stamp set, and one of the things is it has some greetings that you could use for graduation or a new job or congratulatory type messages. But the other thing is use the stamp sets that you have and pair it up with, and I'm just going to little bit of the Stampin' Dimensional sticking out, poke it in there, and pair it up with some of the greetings that you have, and use it with other stamp sets. With this one, I'm going to stamp right on the front and say, hope it's your best day ever. So let's pull that one out. And we are going to stamp in Night of Navy. And I'm just putting this on my grid paper so it lines up as best as I can line it up. And we're going to go ahead and put this on our stamp plate. And let's bring our Night of Navy back in. And ink up our stamp. And there we go. Now I want to add a little something. I'm going to add some birds. And in this stamp set, we have these wee little, almost looks like seagulls. So we're going to put those on a block, and we're going to go ahead and stamp them. So, and these just going to lightly dab. Okay, so there's our front. Now on the inside, I'm going to take a strip of Night of Navy and simply run it down along the side of the card. So let's do that now. And actually, as you can see, I got some navy from my hands on the card. So we're going to easily fix that. And what I'm going to do is take a another piece of white, and instead of we're just going to layer the white on the inside for that. So let's go ahead and we're going to do the Night of Navy to the layer. I should have known that would happen with all my the ink on my hands. So we're going to do that and then flip this over and just trim it off at the edge. And then let's glue this down. And it'll look just like we have a layer on the inside of the card. Okay, so then for the inside, I'm going to go ahead and stamp Let Your Dreams Set Sail. For the inside greeting. And again, I'm lining up my stamp so that I have a, so that it's straight for stamping on the inside. There we go. So there's our first card. Look how easy that is to do. So let's bring in our second card. And with that card, I have gone ahead and I've cut most of everything out. But before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and grab my sanitizer and wash my hands. I keep sanitizer on my desk because it really does remove the ink from your hands so that you don't get anything on your card. So we're going to go ahead, and as you can see, this one also has a smudge, but we're going to use that and cover that up on the front. So again, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And we're going to go ahead and burnish this with our bone folder and just give it a nice crisp fold. And then this one is going to be matted with Night and Navy on the front. So we're going to go ahead and adhere this. Now, as I go ahead and do this, there's a few things I wanted to tell you. If you do not have a catalog, please go up to the corner there and click on my that button, which will take you to my website, where you can click on Contact Me, and I will be happy to send you a catalog. Just click on Email Me and give me your address, and I will get both catalogs in the mail to you. So, and if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to have the opportunity to help you with your crafting needs and earn your business. So again, we have the layer is, this one I did by quarters. So this one you can see a little bit more of a edge to it. This one is 4 by 5 1/4, and then 3/4 by 5, and then this is 3.5 by 4 3/4. So we're going to go ahead and adhere this to the front. I really love this paper, and it's so versatile. The paper originally came out and to be with the On Horizon stamp set back in January. But one thing I found with this is that I've used this with several of our stamp sets, including not only this one, but Grassy Grove and the On Horizon one. So I'm going to bring in, these are parts that I stamped ahead of time to save us some time. And I'm going to bring those in for us so that we can put our card together. And we are missing a sail, so let's see where that went. Here it is. So with this one, I wanted to pick up, and this is actually Soft Succulent, but with it, with the Night and Navy, it almost takes on that Bermuda Bay color. So I wanted this to really pop, so I decided to stamp with Bermuda Bay. And this is going to be a Father's Day card. So we're going to go ahead and again do what we did with the last one. This is stamped in Night and Navy instead of the gray for the hull of the boat. And we're going to go ahead and adhere this with some multi-purpose glue to the front of our card. Again, we're going to use our Stampin' Dimensionals, and we're going to pop up our sails to give it a little bit of texture and dimension to the card. And we're going to put them in each corner. Now the New Horizon paper, because it is in, and I'm going to show you what I do with this. I'm going to cut this in half, and then I'm just going to place it up towards the top to protect that point on the sail. So I was saying, I'm so sorry. The New Horizons paper is in the January to June mini catalog. So that's going to be leaving at the end of June. So and this paper did not carry over. So if this is paper you'd like, I would recommend ordering it before it's gone and it's not back, because it'll retire. But I'm at least happy they carried the stamp set over. Okay, so we're going to go ahead now and attach this one. There's our sailboat. Now I stamped a greeting from another stamp set that was Happy Father's Day. And I used the banner die to cut that out. So again, use what you have. And I thought we'd just pop this up. Well, I'm going to go up here. And we're going to do it with Stampin' Dimensionals. And you can see this is one I had stamped and didn't stamp straight. So I just flipped it over and stamped it again. Now we're just going to put this here. Now again, I want to add some of those little birds. So we're just going to add a few here. Maybe some here. And then on the inside, I am going to leave it blank to write a personalized message for Father's Day. So let's move this all out, and I want to bring in 2 more cards that I made to show you with this stamp set. So here's the 2 that we made today, and then here's the other 2. This was one I made. Let's bring this in here. Again, to step it up a little bit, I added an extra layer, but then I used the new cloud 3D embossing folder, and I embossed the clouds, a cloud layer, and then layered on top of this. And you can see it says Adventure Awaits with the birds. And then the last one I want to show you, I made a happy birthday card. And again, look at that gorgeous paper. That's pale papaya. And so use that for the sails. And then again, matted the inside with some navy and hope it's your best day ever. So 4 cards using the New Horizons paper and the Let's Set Sail stamp set. I'd love if you'd leave me a comment below and tell me which one was your favorite. And if you enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up. Help me grow my channel and hit the subscribe button. And then that little bell in the right-hand corner there, if you click on that, you'll get notified each time that I'm doing a video. So I hope you enjoyed today. Join me on Friday for Friday Fun at 1, when I'll be back and we'll have some more fun with stamping and card making. So for tonight, have a great evening and hope to see you soon.